Hey gang, what's going on? It's your guy, Mr. Thing is coming to you live from the 405 Zagnif Central, where the wind comes whipping down the plane. That was pretty good impersonation of wind. Anyway, with football commentary, um, hard to believe the season's almost over. We're 10 weeks in. Couple of weeks, everything will be said and done. Conference championship opponents will be determined. Of course, SEC already determined. Alabama facing off against Georgia and Atlanta for the third time in 5 years. Good luck and go dogs to my squad. 9 teams right now vying for conference championships or slots in the CFP. As we know, there are only 4, so that means there's going to be 5 teams that are going to be really salty. At this point, somebody's going to lose. Somebody's going to drop a game between now and the end of the season. At the end of week 12, there will be, and we know for a fact, at least one of them will be Ohio State or Michigan, simply because they play each other. Um, just wanted to talk about, there's this phenomenon that happens every year, and it always starts happening right around this time of year, whether it's a team with a one loss that's trying to still keep their playoff hopes alive by getting into the CFP, whether it's a team that's in the CFP, or whether it's a team that's in the championship. At some point in one of these games, and it might not be this weekend, it might be next weekend, it might not be then, it might be during the conference playoffs. Hell, it might even be during the CFP, it might be during the national championship game. There's going to be an officiating call, and the team who the penalty is against is going to lose their ever-loving minds because they think it's an unfair penalty. It's going to slow down their momentum. It eventually will be a call that will pretty much ensure that team is not going to win. And as soon as it happens, the internet is going to blow up. Refs bought and paid for. They hate us. They don't want us to win. That's that bias for insert conference name here, whatever you want to call it. Listen, in all 53 of my years of life, from the time I remember starting to watch football till now, a football game is a sports contest that is 60 minutes long, that is divided into 4 equal quarters of 15 minutes. Between the second and third quarter, there is a halftime to allow teams to rest, rehydrate. Coaches strategize for the second half. Something goes on, and most times the band's out on the field. During the bigger games, there'll be some kind of show, you know. But 4 quarters, and 95% of the time that controversial call takes place in the fourth quarter, which is why those teams start saying, if it wasn't for that call, we would have won. So if it wasn't for that call, not maybe the fumble that your running back, the fumbled punt, or the muffed handoff between the quarterback and center, or the interception your quarterback threw that resulted in a pick six, or resulted in giving the ball back to the other team and allowing them to go up 2 scores on you, which you weren't able to make up, or the ineptitude of your defense, which allowed the other team to run over you all day, which is why you were behind 2 scores in the first place, or the ineptitude of your offense. Your defense is standing stout, but your offense can't put any points on the board. Or your kicker missed the field goal, or your kicker missed an extra point, or your coach called a boneheaded play that resulted in a loss of yardage, a turnover on downs. 60 minutes in a football game. And because of that one call you lost, 58, 59 other minutes for your team to do better, to do better, for your team to do something to put them in a position to win. I give it a little more. The only time I give it a little bit more leeway is when it's a really close game, like it's less than a field goal. Then I might give it a little bit more leeway. But even then, sometimes a lot of times the call is on point when you go back and look at it. But you're gonna stand stout on the refs are against you and they're bought and paid for. So the officiating crew set out specifically to make sure your team didn't win. So you're totally blind to the 3-ring circus that was going on the field. That one call caused you to lose the game. Please, gods, for the love of God, stop it. Please, please, God. We keep talking about, and these are the same people that always say, "I know football," when they start arguing in the comments. I know football. I played football at every level except for pro, and I know football. But you don't have enough common sense to know that that muffed punt that was recovered deep in your territory that allowed your opponent to go up by a score that you were never able to recover from, and that happened in the first quarter. That's what made you lose, not the referee. Maybe it was a ticky-tack call, but the referee did not make the guy fumble, make your player fumble the ball in the first quarter. The referee did not make your quarterback misread the defense and throw right into the middle of 4 opposing players with opposing jerseys. The referee did the referee didn't miss a blocking assignment that allowed the linebacker to come in and just totally annihilate your quarterback and cause a sack fumble that turned into a scoop and score. And I know it's going to happen because it happens every single year, whether it's a game that means something or a game that doesn't mean anything. Somebody's going to say, the refs are against us. The refs are bought and paid for. They hate, oh, I love that one. That's the one I really love. They hate us. Why? They hate what? They hate you. Why? They're getting paid to do a job. They don't hate you. They, come on, man. Come on. Stop it, Skip. In the immortal words of Uncle Shay, say, please stop it, Skip. Skip Bayless. We ain't worked together for a minute, but I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you that you could just stop with that bull jive right now. That's bull jive. Go on with that bull jive. In other associated news, dogs return to #1 in the polls. I think after the last couple of wins, I mean, I know everybody at the top is still undefeated, but after the last couple of wins, well deserved. Totally tuned up on Florida. Put Missouri tried to be an upstart, put Missouri in place, ran away with it, and completely dominated against Ole Miss. 2 of those 3 teams ranked at the time in the top 15. So quality wins. Bauer's back. Lad McConkey's a little dinged up, but he's probably going to be good to go. So we will see how this goes. We play Tennessee. I'll do a commentary video on that separately later on, and you guys will see that on Saturday. Yeah, it's the most wonderful time in college football year for those of you that are football fans that have teams that are contending. It's where you hold your breath every week as you watch every game and wait till the clock hits 000, and then you go, "Oh, we got through that one. Okay, on to next week." So, having said all of that, that's it. I just wanted to come on and talk about that because that's been on my brain pretty heavy. I was having a conversation with someone a couple of days ago, and they harkened back to a game. They harkened back to a game a couple of years ago where there was a ticky-tack call that resulted in the Calvin, it wasn't, and not a college game, it was a pro game. It was a game with the Calvin Johnson. Was it a catch or was it not a catch? I think it was the Lions versus the Cowboys. And then the following later on that season, or maybe the next week, then there was Dez Bryant, catch or no catch. I was like, and I distinctly remember having a conversation with a friend of mine who was a Lions fan at the time. Um, Shout out to my boy Enigma. Um, and he was like, the refs cheated us. And I was like, bro, your boys played like booty the whole game. They woke up in the end, and it just wasn't enough. The refs didn't cost you that game. Y'all could have won that. Y'all could have done what you were doing late in the game. You could have done earlier in the game, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. I know that's your team, and I know you love them, but come on, bro. Use your brain. So that's just it. That's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. And I know this video is a lot longer than I intended for it to be, but I apparently there was a lot more on my chest than I thought. So anyway, having said all of that, you guys have a great remainder of your Thursday evening. Colin and I will be back on Monday. You all have a wonderful weekend. We'll have some short videos with some thoughts and things about the games as they come up this weekend. You all take care, and we'll catch you next time. Go Dogs.